We're impacted! We are impacted! We're impacted! We're ready to get up! We want to win! Light the fire of power that make us free! We never break down! We want to win! We are impacted! The best team!
Hello and welcome back to TNI-UK Impacted, episode 120, and we're well on our way to 150, Joe, can you believe it? Coming to you live via the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favourite shows, we are there. I am your host, Bison, and today I am joined by, of course, the one and only Joker.
It's a scumbag.
It's the scumbag. It's the OGs again today.
Yeah.
Two-man booze.
It's not the same. Well.
It's good. It's fine. You know, it's like the old days, bro. It's like the old days. We're all good. Not a big deal. You know, I mean, Steve is still recovering, so we wish him all the best. And hopefully, you know, he'll be back soon. Soon. Definitely. But look, Zach's in the house. You notice I got my hood up and everything today, guys, because I tell you what,
yeah.
like, in the UK it's cold. I'm in the man cave. I've got the little heater on, right? But in the moment, it's not even touching it in here. It's so cold. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I suppose you can't see my breath. Hang on, let's see if you can see my. Can you see my breath?
No. Upstairs next to a radiator. Bedroom door shut.
Definitely there. The breath is definitely in the air tonight when you can see it. But there you go. Anyway, nice to see Zach's in the house already joining us, which is good. Now, listen, mate, what have you been up to this week? What have you been up to?
I've got the tickets and that for Wrestle Carnival. I know what that's sorted. I've been just sitting now. It's just sitting back and waiting to see what's happening with the trains and all that sort of stuff, and planning alternative routes if possible. I've had a look at bus routes and that down, which the time between getting there and back is about the same, but it's still I prefer to go by train. So, but things like that really, and just keeping an eye on the dogs and all that sort of stuff. The usual, same old.
Usual stuff. Hey, Justin, nice to see you, brother. I just thought I'd mention that because I know you were the first here today. You were waiting for the boys. You were waiting for us to get going. So really appreciate that. It looks like the Cockmeister's in the house. He's the Cockmeister is standing proud of a full 3 inches in anticipation at tonight's stream. Go on, sunshine. Sounds like you're in need of you're in need of one of our sponsors. By the sound of it, Manscaped, to take your, what is it they call it? I can't remember what it is now. Your Frank or something into a foot long. I don't know. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And it's good to see Bonus Babies in the house.
I'm here to tell you people about Manscaped. See, when you're a card-carrying member of the Peanut Club, presentation is everything. In my opinion, with a clean shave, you can turn that cocktail Frank into bun length. That's right, folks. Kiss your Vienna.
That's what I'm talking about. No one can say it any better than the scumbag himself. He does an amazing job on that, Carl. We need him back. We need Carl back on the show a bit more these days. But he's so busy with his working and his girlfriend and everything else he's got going on. But definitely miss him. We do. Anyway, can you listen, guys? If you're in the house already, can you make sure if you're new to the channel, you like what you see so far, please consider smashing that subscribe button and giving us a thumbs up right now. So if you're in the house now, you're hearing me talk about the thumbs up, press it now. It makes absolutely No difference to you guys. Just give that thumbs up and press. It really makes a big difference to us. The algorithms pick it up and more people get to see us. And that's what it's all about, really. The more, the merrier, I say. Loads of people join the fam. And guys, if you would like to show your appreciation with the odd super sticker, that would, of course, be very much appreciated. And, of course, helps provide the guys with as much content each week as we possibly can. We've been going above and beyond recently on the channel. We've got TNI-60 every day. We're putting loads of content out on the to all of you guys that are part of the community. So you get to see loads of stuff on there. All the little news when it breaks, it comes out. We're doing that. And, of course, we're doing the live shows. We're doing the interviews. We're getting right into it now. So I hope you guys actually checked out my con interview earlier this week as well, because that was a cracking little interview. I really enjoyed it. A real nice guy. So if you've not seen it yet, it's definitely worth checking it out, because I'll tell you what, if you've not really kind of heard the man speak properly, because he doesn't really say a lot on the show at the moment, but if you've not heard the guy speak, he has got some wonderful stories about, the last 15, 20 years of his career. He's been around way longer than you realize. And you know what? The first guy that he met in the business was Sergeant Slaughter. How cool is that? I think that's really cool. So there's lots of...
that post so good.
There's lots of cool little things in there that's definitely worth checking out. It's definitely worth checking out. Obviously, it's on the interview section of the channel. So go and check it out. It's a cool interview. I think we've already hit 200 so far. But anyway, Jojo, let's get stuck into the news, rumors, Impact recap of the week. So it turns out that Taya is a free agent. Taya Valkyrie is a free agent. She's working with several promotions at the moment, as we all know. AAA, MLW, GCW, and of course Impact, among others, doing lots of independent stuff as well. But she has stated she is looking to settle into a new home in 2023. And I have to say, I really hope that that's Impact Wrestling. I think she's doing an amazing job at the moment, being a part of the Death Dolls. I think she's having a lot of fun with her friends, Rosemary and Jessica, which is good as well. So, and I think there's a lot of scope for Taya, especially if we get some new knockouts coming in, get some new talents coming in. There's a lot there. There's a lot there. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I think I'm hoping it's Impact Wrestling or it's going to be AAA, because Mexico and AAA has been a huge part of her own history since she started learning to wrestle. So it'll be one of the two, most likely. But if Impact Wrestling can be the place she can go home, then I'm all for it, and I really do hope so. Ironically, today is about 2 years since we released the Taya Valkyrie Impacted as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So there you go.
Episode 3 was Taya Valkyrie. Yeah.
Oh, Joe, he keeps up to date with all of it, doesn't he? He really does. Fair play. But thank you, Bonus Baby. Totally appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, he talked about the locker room being a family atmosphere, and he really loved it, and it felt like being home. Yeah. And I think that's a sentiment that a lot of the talents that come in do say that. I mean, Cockmeister hopes Taya signs full time to Impact. Definitely, I think WWE dropped the ball on her. They certainly did. I don't know what this everyone has to be under the age of 20 thing or whatever it was going on. I don't know, but if you're good, you're good. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. Aiden Prince, after a few delays, will finally be heading into surgery tomorrow on Thursday. We all here at TNI wish him all the best, making sure that he comes back to us as soon as possible, especially for the last few matches. He's been fantastic. It looked like they were just starting to build, do a little bit of build around Aiden, and then it just sort of kind of, he gets the injury, and of course it all gets stopped. But, let's hope that he's not out of action for too long and he's back in action, and we can get back to building Aiden Prince. He's a fantastic talent. But Guy, wishing him all the best from the whole of the Total Nonstop Impact crew and the tribe, I'm sure, for tomorrow's operation. It's a big day for him. Big day for him. Now, interestingly enough, talking about Aiden Prince, The BTI match was actually Jonathan Gresham defeated Aiden Prince, which I thought was an absolutely banger of a match. What did you think, Joe?
It was incredible. It was such an incredible. It's so good to see Aiden Prince back on our screens because he's been missed so much. But this match was an absolute belt out here, and we expected something good. But fucking hell, this is the reason why these matches are on BTI. You know, they watched a good 15-minute match between the two of them. They went at hell for leather on each other. It was so good.
A really, really good match. And do you know what? It could have gone either way, couldn't it?
Yeah, it was really, really close. And it just came down to Jonathan Gresham literally just destroying his Aiden Prince's leg. It was so well paced out this match. It was brilliant. It was like they each had an answer for everything, and then Jonathan Gresham just finally got the kit. He's like a chess player. You know, once you need his everyone knows where I'm going with the metaphors and algorithms and all that shit. So he's just a bloody good wrestler, and he got the checkmate.
He certainly did. He certainly did. And can I just say to Cockmeister there, of course, my friend, you know, Lanny Paffo is an absolute legend of the business. Again, like you say, brother of Randy Savage. So, yeah, you know, rest in peace, brother. And thank you for all you did for the business. You know what I mean? The original televised moonsaw. That's what I remember. Incredible talent. Okay. After the match, Jonathan Gresham declares he wants to face Mike Bailey at No Surrender. Now, I don't think that's actually been made official yet. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the graphic for it, anything like that. But wow, Mike Bailey versus Jonathan Gresham at No Surrender. I mean, take my money.
Take my money. Take it. I'll even pay double for it. Fuck it.
That is going to be absolute cracker. A great promo, in-ring promo. Hopefully that leads to that match. I think that's going to be really, really good. We then got the news earlier in the week as well that Kenny, King, has re-signed for a further 12 months, stating he's very happy at Impact Wrestling. And interestingly enough, he sort of kind of says similar things to what Khan said to me, on in the interview that I did on Monday. You know, about the family atmosphere. There's talents there that he's never wrestled before, that he'd like to wrestle. He's got no reason to go anywhere else. So I think that's a good move. I think we're lucky to have him. He's a great veteran and a great trainer. So it's good to have him on the team. Do you think?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic.
I have to apologize. I have still got that stinking cough.
And
on my chest, and it doesn't help coming out in freezing man cave.
Yeah,
it doesn't help. But there you go. So I'm going to do my best. That's right, Kenny, King, in the house for at least 12 months. So really good news there. We also got the announcement that Busted Open is doing a No Surrender After Dark after party with the entire team. Of course, Mickie James, Bully Ray, Tommy Dreamer, Dave McGregor will be there. I don't know if this is going to be televised. I don't know if it's going to be some kind of like show. You know, this goes out on the internet. I'm not sure, but what I do know is that they're doing an after party, and it looks like tickets are available and everyone's invited. This is great because I think what this is showing now is that we're getting these relationships being built with some of the major kind of promotion, wrestling promoting outlets out there at the moment. So, you know, Busted Open is a big one. I think it's fantastic to see that you've got these kind of outlets now that are not only talking about Impact Wrestling, but they're doing stuff with Impact Wrestling. I think that is fantastic. We're getting that working relationship together on all of these guys. I think it's great. What do you think about when you saw this then, Joe?
I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming from this with the Busted Open thing. I don't really but like you said, it's good to see that more different outlets are getting involved. Like Tommy Dreamer and Bully Ray are obviously hosts on Busted Open, but then bringing it into it more. They're promoting it more, and now they've obviously worked out with something with the guys who hire Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer, or let them use their platform. So, and it's all part of the expansion that Scott D'Amore has been working towards for the past 3 or 4 years.
Of course, not only have you got obviously Bully Ray and Tommy there that are now involved with Impact Wrestling. I mean, Mickie James is now part of the team as well. So I think it's really starting to work really well as a unit. And bonus, maybe I like that. Hello, Punk, by the way. Just noticed you dropped in there. Dead Punk's in the house as well, so it's good to see you.
And Impact and Eagles have dropped in too.
I agree about the Dean Malenko thing. Yeah, Impact and Eagles in the house. Great to see you. We're going to get to that in a second. Everyone's so excited about to talk about the one thing. We'll get to it.
I'm sitting there thinking you missed it.
Bonus, baby. It looks like we've got the Cockmeister and the Coughmeister. I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best, but trust me, out here it's so cold. It's setting me off. I was all right before I came in, and come out here and it's so cold. It's set me back off again. I can only apologize. Okay. Now, we then get into Impact Wrestling. We get Bullet Club, obviously Ace Austin and Chris Bay defeating Kevin Knight and Kushida. It was an incredible match. That including an art of finesse to the side of the ring from nowhere to Kevin Knight, which has been all over the internet since. Oh my God, it was amazing. That was an amazing move. Came out of nowhere. It was incredible stuff. What did you think, Joe?
It was one of the best oh my fucking God moments. So I've seen since watching Impact Wrestling. It was like, everyone sees like Randy Orton doing the RK out of nowhere. Jake Chris can do it, and now Chris Bay can do it too. This is just fucking brilliant. It was just unbelievable. The precision that Chris Bay's got is just unparalleled at the moment. Really, it's just,
no one was expecting it. It was the camera angle that kind of really helped, because he literally just came out of nowhere and grabbed him, and that was it. He was down, and of course that then led to the end of the match, basically.
It was such a brilliant way to set up the finish. Such a brilliant way to set up the finish, because it was so even all the way through. And Ace Austin's looking absolutely fantastic as well. He's just getting, his legs are getting huge, and he's.
I think they just work so well as a team, don't they? They really, they seem to. They've obviously done a lot of work together in the ring. They've been working together in the ring. They've been putting moves together. They're taking it seriously, and I think they are turning into a hell of a tag team, aren't they?
Yeah. If you watch their whole run in New Japan Pro Wrestling, you can see the change from when they started off coming towards the end of the year in Impact Wrestling to where they are now. It's literally just jumped since they went to Japan, and it's been incredible. So they went up against some amazing world class tag teams, even guys like Leo Rush and I forget who his tag team partner was, the ones who won it, I think. But they were incredible, and they just pushed each other to the limit. It was just amazing to see.
Definitely.
Ace Austin and Chris Bay, they've got huge potential, and I really do hope we're going to see them and the Motor City Machine Guns come Rebellion.
Oh, without doubt, that's happening. Without doubt, that's going to happen. Do you know what? Just with anticipation of that match, I've already purchased Rebellion on Fight, so I'm ready for it. We then go backstage, and after failing to become the #1 contender for the Impact World title last week, Callihan is offered a shot at redemption from the leader of the design. Diener tells him that he must win in tonight's 8-man tag team main event. Now, this was quite disturbing, the way that this was sort of kind of like put together. It was very sort of kind of like, Sammy was clearly sort of kind of, it's really awkward in this whole situation. He's not, you can tell he's not comfortable in the situation, so you know, we know that earlier this week, Sammy had an interview and he was talking about this storyline is going to suddenly go like crazy. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes, and hopefully it's going to involve Sammy sort of kind of like making a U-turn, because I just can't see him in a faction not being the leader, or not being led. Basically, I just can't see it. I just can't see it.
Yeah.
We also then get a very cool teaser of incoming talent Steph De Lander's debut, which is going to happen tomorrow. I thought it was a real cool package. So I think if they've taken the time to put this package together, this girl must be, they must think very highly of her. They must be looking to, or if they haven't already, put pen to paper, because they did something very similar with Killer Kelly and stuff, didn't they? Where
they did the same with Masha Slamovich as well. Masha, as soon as I saw her promo come up, I thought Masha Slamovich, just that, and when Diana Prazos was coming in, they did the same thing. This massive big promo, and then bam, here she is on the roster. She's here to stay, and I hope that's the case, because I'm really looking forward to seeing what she can do, because she is so impressive on NXT. She just didn't get the right exposure. But
she's a similar size to Taya Valkyrie, isn't she?
Yeah.
So it's another sort of kind of like Amazon type knockout, which is great, because we like the sort of kind of like the taller Amazonian type knockouts, because they're pretty awesome without doubt. Good to see Bonkers in the house. Hello, my friend. Nice to see you. Now, we then earlier today, we then get the announcement. I got the email through, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to do another TNI 60 on this one. But we then get the news that we get a joint show between Impact and New Japan Pro Wrestling in Los Angeles. It's going to be called Multiverse United. Only the strong survive. I like the way that they sort of highlight the word strong. Obviously a play on New Japan Strong. And that's going to be, which is an odd day, but it's going to be Thursday, March the 30th. Already announced is Will Ospreay versus Mike Bailey and Josh Alexander versus Kushida. I mean, straight away, just Will Ospreay versus Mike Bailey, take my money.
Yeah, that was the first match I saw advertised, and I didn't know. I thought this was just going to be like a New Japan episode, either Mike Bailey going to Japan or Will Ospreay coming to America. I had no idea that this was for the event until I saw the announcement for the event about 2 or 3 hours later from Total Nonstop Impact, and then to find out Josh Alexander versus Kushida, I think it's like round 3 between the two of them now. That's going to be amazing, because we've seen what they can do when Josh Alexander was world champion and X Division champion, and they went to hell on each other, and this is just going to be so good. Yeah. I've got the dog climbing all over me.
I mean, I personally feel, as soon as I saw Will Ospreay versus Mike Bailey, I was like, man, that's worth the ticket on its own. Like, just watch that match. That's going to be amazing. Then Josh Alexander and Kushida, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is going to be insanely good.
Jeff Cobb and Moose apparently has been announced too.
Really? I didn't notice that. That's going to be awesome as well.
Yeah, it's coming up. Just come up in the chat now that Jeff Cobb and Moose has been announced. So, cheers, guys. Keep it. Let us know if any more matches come up as well, so I can.
If any more gets mentioned, then let us know. Because I thought I saw Steve Macklin go and give me Kenta. That would be a hell of a match as well. You imagine those two going at it. I'd actually quite like to see Suzuki versus Steve Macklin. That would be a pretty impressive match. So looking like we're getting an even more working together relationship between New Japan, a very mutual thing going on, which is great. So I'm pleased to see that, and of course, the New Japan Pro Wrestling fans get to see the Impact talent. The Impact talent get to see the New Japan Pro Wrestling talents. So everyone is a winner, right? Everyone wins, And there was a lot of speculation when AEW New Japan did that show last year. That it should have been Impact doing that, or why wasn't Impact involved in this? Well, they don't need to be, because they're doing their own thing. That's why. So I think it's fantastic. but either way, really, really looking forward to it. Really,
yeah, that'd be cool.
Bonus Baby saying that Kenta has been announced for the show, so there is a possibility that he could get Macklin.
Yes, please.
Yeah, wow.
Sammy wants to see Steve Macklin too. He won't stop looking at me.
Cool, Lord, that could be amazing. I'll just say a quick hello to Mira. I didn't notice you slip in there, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Giselle Shaw with Jay Vardell defeated Savannah Evans after a pretty even matchup. It took a little distraction from Jay, well, a couple of distractions actually from Jay to allow Giselle to hit Evans with a knee, and then of course get the 1, 2, 3. It was again, there was no. It wasn't a clean win for Giselle. But then after the match, Giselle Shaw gets on the mic and embraces the nickname that has been given to her, the Black Widow, which of course was Lisa Marie or Tara's sort of kind of thing, wasn't it? The Black Widow. Shaw says that she doesn't care if the influence Chelsea Green or Tasha Steeles are gone because of her. Shaw admits that she isn't meant to be in a tag team because the spotlight solely belongs to her. So I'll tell you what, the crowd were really, really like
pissed off at her.
For her, weren't they? They were proper pissed at Giselle. So she's certainly bringing in some heat, which definitely just goes. I mean, she's being a heat magnet right now. Really, really is. Dead Punk, Suzuki versus Callihan. That would be pretty cool as well. So, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Saban. That would be pretty cool. I'd still like to see the Guns in the tag match.
That would be awesome.
We can keep talking about different matches, can't we, as we go along? Sticky Rice gets Johnny Swinger in hot water with Kenny King, who thinks that everyone is talking about him. Moments later, Director of Authority Santino Morale makes the match official. So we then get, like I say, Kenny King versus Johnny Swinger. Johnny wasn't too happy about that one.
No.
Hello, Anna. Nice to see you. But interesting that one. I'm not sure. To me, it was a bit of a throwaway thing. But anyway, we then get
the swingman needs to get some wins under his belt. You know, he needs to
get
some wins under his belt.
Kind of like 0 to 50 business going on. It's like 50 defeats or something. I don't know.
If he gets 50 wins, he gets the world title shot. You know.
Okay, well, that's never going to happen, is it? But there you go. Steve Macklin confronts Santino Marella and demands that he be added to the Impact World title match between Josh Alexander and Rich Swann at No Surrender. Marella turns him down flat, but announces that Macklin will be in a qualifying match to determine who moves on to a 4-way #1 contenders match at No Surrender, and he'll be facing Dirty Dango. So of course, Dirty Dango will also have a chance to qualify. So we've got some interesting stuff going on in there. I think that if I remember right, well, we'll get to the matches on that later. But I think it's PCO Shearer. We've got Macklin versus Dango, if I remember rightly. God, I can't remember the other two. Do you remember the other two?
Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers are in it too, but I don't think you remember the same match. I think it's Eddie Edwards and
maybe it's Myers versus Dirty Dango actually, and then Steve Macklin.
Yeah, it's Brian Myers versus Dirty Dango. Steve Macklin is taking on someone else completely. I forgot who, but we got PCO and Eddie Edwards are in 2 separate matches as well. I think Steve Macklin's taking on Rhino, or it's PCO versus Rhino, and then Eddie Edwards versus Heath.
That's it. So there's a lot of so we got the 4 qualifying matches, and I'm sure we're going to end up with Edwards, PCO, Steve Macklin, and somebody else. I'm not sure who the other one was, but anyway, that's what I think. So we then got Crazy Steve versus Black Taurus. With Black Taurus, defeated Sheldon Jean. Now that started off a little bit competitive. Sheldon Jean was sort of kind of like taking the mick out of Steve being small, and then Steve just basically come back and kicked his ass, which was interesting. Of course, Sheldon Jean is the recent sign into Impact Wrestling. I suppose they're just getting some matches, getting him on TV so people get to know him a little bit. But he's a big dude. He's a really big dude. So I'm expecting some big stuff from him in the future once he gets his ass right in that gym like Moose. He could be a big signing for Impact in the next couple of years. Now, after the match, Trey Miguel blindsides Crazy Steve, but Steve fights back and sends the X Division champion retreating up the ramp. Steve sprays paint in Miguel's logo on his body once again. I think we can safely say that this was heading for a Crazy Steve versus Trey Miguel title match at some point. I'm liking this actually. I think Crazy Steve at the moment. Steve is proper healing it up. He's facing it up. He's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
The crowd are really going for it. Do you think?
Yeah, Crazy Steve's a master of mind games, and if this doesn't go to Crazy Steve versus Trey Miguel, then they've missed a huge opportunity. Because as much as I'd love to see Black Taurus versus Trey Miguel again, Black Taurus sadly lost. So, and Crazy Steve is like the only legitimate challenger left at the moment because Mike Bailey's dealing with everything else at the moment. So, who else is there to go?
Yeah, it was just one hell of a. I tell you what, I think this is really building nicely, and I honestly believe that this is, like we've spoke about before, this is building to the return of the Rascals. I'm 100% convinced of that. I can see Myron Reed, I can see Wentz coming in, or at least Myron Reed to begin with, and maybe Wentz coming a bit later. Would be good to see them both come in together, and then we've got the 3-man Rascals again. But I'd like to see a proper badass heel version of them on Impact, rather than the sort of kind of jokey version of them we had before. But either way, I can definitely see Myron Reed turning up. Maybe he's turning up at No Surrender. He's a free agent now. He can go wherever he likes. Maybe he's going to turn up at No Surrender. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We then have a Gia Miller interview backstage with Jordan Grace, who claims that she made Mickie tap out in their Knockouts World title match at Hard to Kill. But she's not here to dispute that tonight. She's here to challenge the debuting Steph De Lander to a match next Thursday. Now, what a debuting match!
It's going to be, if you want to,
you're going straight in with the former Knockouts World Champion. Wow. Now, this is either going to be a squash or it's going to be a hell of a match. I'm hoping it's going to be a hell of a match. And we later get the news that Steph has signed a multi-year deal with Impact Wrestling. What do you think?
Yeah, I can see this. It's not going to be something that's going to end lightly, And it shows that Impact Wrestling have got a lot of intention with if they're putting her in the room with Jordan Grace rather than chucking her in with someone, say Masha Samovich with Jenna Praza, who will just knock him out and then move on to somebody else. So, and Jordan Grace is also looking to prove a point to everyone that she is still like the undefeatable, unstoppable monster that she was. Because as far as she's concerned, she didn't lose the title legitimately. No,
exactly.
So I think we're definitely seeing an attitude change from Jordan Grace as well. So I think we might be seeing her switching roles as well.
You never know. I think she's going to be great. I've got a cat just turned up. Say hello to Poppy. I don't know if anyone's met Poppy before, but she's my little black cat coming in to say hello. Look at her. She's beautiful. The masked cat. See, TNI-UK have got a masked cat as well.
Yeah.
She's a beauty.
Masked dog.
Now, but exactly, bonus baby, you've got it. If you're new in town, you want to make a name for yourself, then go up against Jordan Grace. So totally agree. Yeah. Hey Barry, nice to see you, my friend. Nice to see you. I would love to see PCO join Decay. It makes perfect sense. If PCO joined Decay, so I'm down with that, Dead Funk.
Yeah.
We then got backstage. Santino Marella again asked Raven for advice. Raven basically tells him that the key to success is making him the Impact World Champion. I don't think Santino was too down with that. However, he thanked him for his advice, and then all of a sudden, Raven reunites with a former partner of the flock. And I'm trying to remember what that guy's name was, but I can't remember for the life of me. Was he the Yeti or something?
I have no idea. It was Raven's Flock was way before my time watching TNA, so I don't know.
I think he was an ECW guy.
Yeah, and ECW was way before my time too. I didn't start watching wrestling until 1999, and that was WWF. So,
oh man, so you missed a good.
Yeah, I missed a good chunk. I was stuck in Ireland for 9 years.
Definitely. Okay. So Bonkers is saying it's going to be Rhino versus Macklin, Heath versus Edwards, PCO, Shearer, Dango, Myers. That's correct. There you go.
Cheers.
You can tell straight away you're going to get Macklin, Edwards, I would say Dan Myers and PCO, I reckon. Or Dango.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I reckon Myers. That's the hard one there. Myers or Dango. Now that Dango's been signed, you never know. But both of those guys recently signed themselves up. Anyway, there you go. Anna knows her wrestling. That ECW original flock member.
Yeah.
But there you go. Barry wants to see Rosemary back in Decay as well. I'll tell you what, I think the Death Dolls should literally become part of Decay. Like, that's it, done.
Oh yeah, well, Rosemary has said people were saying is she not a part of Decay anymore? That they are all one big unit. It's just a separate branch of Decay, and all. So
exactly.
they are technically, Rosemary is the Hive Queen and the standard bearer of the Shadow. So
look, see, I wasn't wrong. See, Big Ron Reese, formerly the Yeti, at one point in WCW. See. I thought that's who it was. Okay, now, this is impressive stuff. Josh Alexander was in the UK over this past weekend. He did some media stuff for Impact as well as successfully defended his Impact World title.
He's in Manchester.
Local promotion in Manchester. I couldn't get up there because I was really busy this weekend. I was going to go up. I had the offer to go and do an in-person interview with Josh, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't make it work. It's too far away.
Manchester's like
I was a little bit gutted on that one. I was a little bit gutted on that. But he was doing a lot of stuff. He was doing a lot of media stuff, a lot of mainstream media stuff. Like I said, he did successfully defend his Impact World title in a local Manchester promotion. But guys, listen. Now, is it a coincidence that Josh Alexander is in the UK at the moment? Is Impact and doing so much media stuff as well? I'm saying, are Impact looking to set the seed for a UK tour later this year? What do you think?
I think they are. Well, they're definitely looking to get one going for beginning of next year. But I think September, October time, round about it would be a great time for them to come over to the UK like we did last time in 2019. I think it was 2017, 2018. They came over. It was around about September, October. Yeah, and that would be perfect. I'm all for it. Manchester is literally a train ride from St. Helens, so I could get there within half an hour, even less. And hopefully this time everyone that was supposed to be going will be there, so I'm not stuck on my own.
That would be good. That would be good, brother. Now, I'm excited because I know that there's been talk of a UK tour for a while. But for me, the fact that they're now invested in bringing, the world champion over and making sure that he's getting to see media outlets and all that kind of stuff, I think is a good sign.
Yeah.
That they're trying to sort of kind of rebuild their links with the UK. I'd like to see an annual tour return. Maybe they could do a season pass for Impact Wrestling in the UK. Who knows? Because I'd like to see the UK become one of their sort of kind of like regular 6 places that they go to. Chicago area being one.
Yeah.
Canada. For me,
Mexico.
Canada is definitely somewhere. Mexico, you need to go back to Mexico, and of course the UK.
Yeah. Las Vegas and Tennessee.
Las Vegas. Atlanta's obviously a good hotbed for Impact as well. So there's lots of places they can go in the US, but it would be good to see them going back to Mexico, back into Canada regularly. and obviously back over to the UK would be fantastic. And if they could tie in, like maybe a visit into Germany or France or even Italy, because there's some really big following in those areas for Impact as well. And of course, why not slot in the odd India tour? You know, even if it's every couple of years, because obviously
if they went back to India, that would be huge. If they went back to India, they would get such a massive part.
I think so. They've got a massive following over there. They've got a massive following. Really have. Sorry, Dragonstorm, we have, mate. We've already hit on that, but you're more than welcome to throw in a few dream matches. We've been throwing them in there. But obviously, Cockmeister say Manchester and Liverpool will be good for him for an Impact tour once again. For me, I'd like to see him back in London because that's the closest for me. You know, maybe even come to Essex. I'll tell you what, there's a great arena just down the road from here. I was in there last week.
It's a great arena in St. Helens.
There's loads of great arenas around.
There's a rugby ground in St. Helens. Goes to there.
yeah, definitely. Now, getting back, Bully Ray is in the ring.
This is a match.
And he says, I think that's going to happen as well. I think they're bringing. I think that's going to happen. We just have to wait and see. But Bully Ray is in the ring and says that he's beginning to get the feeling that people in Impact Wrestling don't like him. I got no idea where he's getting that from, but someone who dislikes him more than anyone is his former friend Tommy Dreamer. Bully admits that he's never liked him either, and calls himself the most honest man in the room. Knockouts world champion Mickie James interrupts. Yeah,
perfect timing.
Definitely, and says that since Bully interrupted her celebration 2 weeks ago, she's just returning the favor. James questioned how Bully can call Dreamer a politicking snake when that's been his MO his entire career. Mickie tells Bully to get out of Impact Wrestling, prompting Bully to verbally insult her. Mickie James slaps him across the face. It was a cracker of a slap as well. But Bully comes back with a sticking power slam. Bully calls for the good hands, who are about to set up the tables because obviously that's his thing. And when Tommy Dreamer comes out, makes a save with kendo stick in hand. Dreamer lays out the challenge for a tag team match, putting him and James against Jason Hotch and John Schuyler, the good hands. Santino Marella makes the match official for next week, and Bully Ray is banned from ringside. So that's set for tomorrow. But I think that I think this is probably going to be quite a good match, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna go old school. There's gonna be weapons and stuff and all that too. I've no doubt, because Tommy Dreamer being Tommy Dreamer, there'll be a bit of leniency. But I'm looking forward to this. I especially don't expect Bully Ray to stick to the rules, especially as soon as the matches are originally be straight down there, and it's going to lead up to something big between Dreamer and Tommy and Bully Ray for No Surrender, which will be perfect.
Yes, I agree. Yes, Cockmeister, you obviously realise I'm in Essex. Even though I don't have an Essex accent because I'm not from Essex, and I definitely don't have an orange tan. But anyway, so I definitely think that this is building to a return of Nick Aldis. I really do. I really, really do. And do you know why I think? Because he was so absent from the big match that she was having, you know, the career-ending match.
Yeah,
he wasn't there. There's probably a reason for that.
Yeah, and if he was there, then it would just sort of blow the wow factor out of the water. You know, we saw Tara there. I think that was also a bit of a hint too. And having Frankie Kazarian come back, it's like the stars are aligning, so to speak, to like go off of a card from Taylor Wilde. The stars are aligning and things like that. It's something's coming.
Yeah. I think it's definitely Nick Aldis is on his way, because he's been very quiet elsewhere as well. So he's not really been turning up anywhere. We've not seen much from him, and I honestly believe there's a reason for that, and that is because he's signed with Impact Wrestling. and I don't think the Magnus name would return. No, he would definitely be coming in as Nick. It'd be stupid with all the work that's been done to build the Nick Aldis name to come back as Magnus. But yeah, it's definitely Nick Aldis is going to come in. I can see it now. Now, Taylor Wilde isn't finished with Killer Kelly, it seems, but not as opponents. As partners, Knockout World Tag Team Champions of Death Dolls teleport into the room and offer to play with them. Something we spoke about last week. Impacted, interestingly enough. This vignette was very good too. I have to say, I like the awkwardness of Taya and Jessica at the end with the evil laughing stuff.
She's shitting herself.
Yeah, and the whole bit where Taya's like, oh, "God, I wish you would warn us about that." You know, the teleportation stuff. But yeah, no, I think they work together so well. They really do. They work together so well. Long live the Death Dolls, I say. We need more of the Death Dolls. What's he talking? What's Bonus Baby talking about? That would be a good fair point. AW shoot your shot one. That would be like getting to Neil Dashwood over, then going back to the WWE as Emma.
Yeah,
totally. I totally agree. That's just stupid because nobody even knew her. Nobody knew her when she went back. Everyone was like, "Emma, who the fuck is Emma?"
Yeah,
anyway.
well, no one cared.
No one cared, and she hasn't done fuck all since. But there you go. No, I loved all the evil laughing bit at the end. It reminded me of like Dr. Evil from.
Yeah, all the comments on Twitter, all the comments on Twitter and Facebook were referencing Dr. Evil.
Yeah, it was so good. I thought it was really clever, really well done. I'm looking forward to this. Death
Time
Dolls versus
Machine.
That's it. But Death Dolls in a non-title match, but versus what can we got? Like the Killer Wild or Wild Killers? I don't know. Killer Kelly and Taylor Wild. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to this one. I really am. Now. We then get what I class as the throwaway match of the night. It was rubbish. We then get Kenny King defeating Johnny Swinger, of course, with his partner Stiggy Rice with him, backing him up, bringing him to the ring, and all that kind of stuff. Shit match.
Good laugh.
Story forwarding type thing. Really, it was just to get Kenny King out in the ring doing something, I think, and getting a win under his belt. But there you go. Now, there's also rumors afoot that we could be seeing some New Japan Pro Wrestling stars at No Surrender this weekend. No Surrender weekend as well. Not only just at No Surrender itself, but also for the tapings. You've got 2 days worth of tapings as well. Maybe this is where we start to see some of these stars that we're going to see at this multiverse thing as well. We might see some of them turn up for that. Who knows? But what I do know is the Vegas tapings are selling very, very well. So I would not be surprised with the walk-ups on the day if we don't see 3 nights completely sold out, which would be another fantastic start to the year, getting more and more sold out. I think we can safely say the stuff in Canada is going to be sold out.
Oh yeah, Canada's going to be. I think some of Canada's already sold out or very, very close to it already. They've been itching for Canada.
It's all general admission stuff that's left, isn't it? Really, I think there's the odd seat, but most of it's general admission now.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And if that doesn't sell before, it'll sell out on the night without doubt. They'll get the walk-ups without doubt. Definitely. Okay, so obviously with the multiverse of or Multiverse United of what it was going on, I'm pretty sure we're going to start seeing a couple more New Japan stars. Maybe it'd be nice to see David Finlay again, wouldn't it? I'd like to see David Finlay back in Impact. Quite nice, and maybe a couple of new ones. But I'd still want to see the Bone Soldier.
Yeah, I like Taji Ishimori. I've been wanting to see him for ages. Since he was so impressive when he came to Impact Wrestling. I miss he's one of the guys that I really do miss since he left.
Exactly. He was amazing, and he's even better now. So there you go.
Yeah.
Now we then move on. We go backstage, and Bully Ray is attempting to fire up Masha Slamovich as she prepares to challenge Mickie James for the Knockouts World Title in No Surrender. Now I'm not sure on this vignette, if I'm honest. It felt a tad creepy, almost like Bully was turned on by Masha speaking.
Oh, the Bison is frozen. God.
In Russian to him. A strange one. I don't know what were your thoughts on this when obviously Bully was talking to Masha and she replied to him in Russian and he's like, "Oh, Masha, yeah." It was like weird. I thought it was a bit weird. What do you think?
I think he was expecting her to shoot him down as she did. I think he was just proud that she did almost, because I think he's trying to get her to go full guns blazing against Mickie James, as we can tell that from what he said to her. You know, so as far as she's concerned, she's going to go out and destroy Mickie James for him.
Yeah. That's kind of, I think, what they were hinting at. Definitely.
I want to see Masha put him through a table now. I want to see Masha Slamovich put Bully Ray through a table.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt a bit uncomfortable on this one. You know, I have no idea. I've got absolutely no idea what she said. But for me, at that moment, I just felt that was definitely a bit of a cringe moment. So I don't know what they were trying to achieve out of that. Maybe that's what they were going for. Maybe they were going for a cringe moment. You know, I'm not 100% sure, but it was a bit weird. Now we are then treated to Edge's bitch's rap. And of course, if you call his name, he shall appear. So Edge's bitch had a rap. I think it was a rap, which was his response to Joe Hendry. Now I'm pretty sure we didn't bother doing a soundbite for it, but because it was absolute crap, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
To me, you will always be Edge's bitch.
100%. I really, really hope, right, that by the end of this year they release like some sort of MP3 or something of all the different tracks that Joe Hendry writes for his opponents, because I think it would be a cool album. It would be cool. I would buy it.
I would.
I'd be downloading that all day long. Brilliant. So it was
I
pretty impressive.
believe in Joe Hendry.
Dog knocked me onto the keyboard, so a bit earlier than I
We
expected.
believe in Joe Hendry. But yeah, so it's interesting that it says here Hendry was destroyed by the greatest musical talent in mid Cardona. Yeah, I mean it was pretty poor. I like the Myers in the background, like it was brilliant. So it was funny. It was funny, but it was crap at the same time. At least Joe Hendry's was quality. I thought it was good. But there you go. So anyway, when he come back to it, basically all the people that he sort of, come on, you need to watch this. There was like one person left. He was like, man, you suck. Yeah, so yeah, interesting stuff. But I'm looking forward to this. Again, like I say, we've got a match this weekend, this Thursday between them for the digital media title. So that's going to be a pretty cool match. Looking forward to that. Now, we then get the design. Obviously, Diener, Khan, and Angels and Callihan defeat Impact World Champion Josh Allen, Rich Swann, Frankie Kazarian, and Yuya Uemura in their sort of kind of like 8-man. Sorry?
Steve's here. How you doing, Steve?
Hey, Steve!
Missed you on the chat.
See you, bud.
Like 11 messages came up at once. How are you doing? All right.
He cracked in there, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did. And it looks like Courtney noticed him straight away. Where is he then? I can't see him. Oh, there he is. I guess Bully speaks Russian now.
yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But so, like I say, so we get the 8-man match. It was a pretty tidy match all the way through. But of course, Callihan hits the Cactus Driver 97 to pick up the win for the design. Callihan redeems himself by winning tonight's main event. As the design stands tall, Impact goes off the air. Now, one of the interesting things about this moment, and I literally noticed it straight away, and I put it out onto the Twitter sphere, and I got told off. But at the end there, when the camera was on the designer, congratulating Callihan, and he was like, part of the team and all the rest of it. He looked at the camera and he definitely winked.
Like that,
right?
yeah.
He definitely winked, right? And I can't remember who it was. It told me off now, but one of the guys told me. So that's an Easter egg. You're not supposed to be, smashing stuff. But of course you are. It's on telly. But anyway, so Callihan
I noticed
in,
it, and
it looks like.
I noticed it too, and I'm thinking to myself, is he going to go all the way, or is he going to implode? Something's going to give, and he's still got to.
The wink tells you all. The wink tells you all. Yeah, he's happy now. He's managed to get himself in. They all think he's part of the team, and that's why he winked at the camera. He's winking at the camera, saying, "I've done it. I'm in." Right. So, I think now is when he's going to start in the next couple of weeks. We're going to see Sammy start to make his moves to basically get under the skin of the design. I can see it coming a mile off. I really, really hope we get what we've talked about for months now, which is OBE coming back in to help Sammy. I really hope that happens. I want to see Jake Christ, Fulton come back to back him up and sort out the design. I can see it happening. I really, really hope it happens. I really, really do. However, I mean, there's loads of people out there. I know that people are like, oh, John Moxley, and bring John Moxley and all that kind of. No, he won't, because he's obviously, contracted to AEW. He's not going to come to Impact anytime soon. But you never know. You never know. But I don't see that happening. But I do see people like Fulton, Jake.
I could see if the break happens before the New Japan Pro Wrestling event, the New Japan thing. I could see Moxley and Sammy versus Dina or Cotton Angels or something like that, possibly. But otherwise, I don't see anything really as far as John Moxley coming in. As much as I would love to see it happen, because he is such an amazing talent. I would love to see John Moxley come in for even on like Kazarian did for a couple of weeks and then disappear. But
you never know. He might decide that he loves it so much he wants to sign. You never know. But he's a hell of a talent.
I think Tony can't vote that anybody else do right now in case they get the same change of heart that Frankie Kazarian did.
Can you imagine? There's not many wrestlers out there that I think would make people suddenly turn their head if they turned up on Impact Wrestling or signed with Impact Wrestling. John Moxley's probably one of them. John Moxley, like we said before, the other one would have been the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Obviously, he decided to go back. But there's not many. I mean, obviously Jericho, if he'd have come over to Impact when it was talked about, I mean, who knows what would have happened with that.
People were losing their shit for Jericho to come over. I was really, really hoping to. I was so let down, and then I enjoyed the stuff they did when AEW got going, especially the Double or Nothing and All In and all out the first run of it. And then by the time I got to April 2020, I was just like, what the fuck? This is just repetitive. And then I ended up in hospital.
Yeah.
Then I ended up in hospital. So I guess that was my punishment for tuning in.
Hey, we got Jacoby Peter in the house. Great to see you. And he's saying this is interesting. It's great to see Courtney as well. I don't know if I mentioned you, Courtney.
Yes. Always good to see you.
There you go. There's another one. Yeah, I mean, I think Daniel Bryan or Danielson or Brian Danielson or whatever your name is, he'd be a big head turner as well. But I mean, obviously they all decided to go to AEW, which is a shame because if only one or two of those would have picked Impact, we probably would be even further ahead than what we are at the moment. But it doesn't matter. we're smashing it. Impact's doing great, without any of these big names. But I'm just saying that if a big name did turn up in the next month or so, that would be an interesting thing, wouldn't it? Very
Oh, look
interesting.
at when
Because it would be
EC3
almost like-
when EC3 came back again to do that bit against Moose. Everyone was going mad then. If EC3 came back again, that would be awesome.
But the trouble is though, like EC3 has pretty much fucked himself over, hasn't he, with all that control the narrative shit?
Yeah,
he took it way too far, and
it
now
blew
he's
up
pretty
in
much
his face.
His stock is gone because no one's really interested in him anymore. I don't know, but we'll have to see. But listen, this week's digital media exclusive match. Now, we're getting to see Aiden Prince again, but this time versus Blake Christian or Christian Blake. I never get it the right way round, do I? But anyway, now again, fantastic match. Now, if you've not seen this match, you definitely need to check this match out. Because again, this is another guy that I don't understand why he's not signed anywhere. Maybe he's just choosing not to. I don't know, but this guy is gold. So Aiden Prince versus Blake Christian, digital media exclusive match, is available now if you're a subscriber to Impact Plus or Ultimate Insiders. If not, it'd be available over the weekend.
Amazing match, absolutely amazing match.
It's a really good match,
especially the kid that pissed him off at the start of the match. That was just hilarious. And Aiden Prince working the crowd throughout the entire match to try and it was such a good 20 minutes as well. So we got to see a lot of what both of them can do, and it was just so good. Really, really good back and forth, right up until the end when things turned a bit sour. But it was so good, such a good match.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Can I just say a quick hello to is it Cornaki Lanier? I don't know. He's talking about the Ravens. Who do you think would fit in a new Ravens flock? Well, funny enough, I mean, it's someone like Sami Callihan would fit perfectly. Within a Ravens flock type scenario.
Sammy would definitely. If Vincent was still there, I'd put Vincent in as well.
Yeah, Vincent would be great for a Ravens flock as well. Maybe Masha Slamovich would be pretty good, actually. For a Ravens flock, possibly. There's definitely there's definitely some potential there for a next generation Ravens flock, that's for sure. Thanks for that one. That's a cool. That's a
Sammy
cool
being such a huge fan of Raven too. That would be perfect for him as well.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Exactly. John Moxley would be great for a Ravens flock. Yeah, definitely. Okay. And bonus, I agree with you. Every week, and Barry Monkey saying it as well. More and more people are coming on to Impact Wrestling. Certainly, they have been over the last since the turn of the year, definitely. And I think there are more and more people coming in as well. So it's going to be pretty cool. Now we hit BTI tomorrow night. So with this, let's have a look at Thursday. We've got Raj Singh versus Mike Bailey. At the end of the day, a Mike Bailey match is never to be missed. That's going to be a cracker, I'm sure. Raj is another very underrated wrestler we don't get to see a lot. Sorry, guys, I'm about to cough my guts up if I'm not careful.
Don't cough on the cap, for God's sake.
Yeah. Anyway, Big Con can play the Reese role, of course. Yeah, that would be interesting. But yeah, so whenever you see Mike Bailey is a match, you just don't miss it. Just don't miss a Mike Bailey match, regardless. I think this would be really good. So a good match to kick the night off at the end of BTI. Looking forward to that one. We then head into Impact Wrestling. Now, again, we have no idea what order any of the matches are going to be in. So we've got Mickie James and Tommy Dreamer versus the Good Hands. That should be pretty cool. We've then got the debut of Steph De Lander versus Jordan Grace. And like we were saying earlier, you know what I mean? What a way to stamp, put yourself on the map if you come in and go straight against Jordan Grace. I don't think she's going to win, but if she just puts on a really, really good match, I think that's all we need to see. So that would be really good. Can I just say hello to Hussein in the house? Nice to see you. Hi, Happy Wednesday to you, my friend, as well. We then have Joe Hendry versus Edge's bitch, Matt Cardona, for the Digital Media Championship. So
To me,
that
you
would
will always be Edge's bitch.
oh, we're never gonna let that one go. Edge's bitch. Edge's bitch. Do you know what? I'm a huge fan of Matt Cardona. So
Yeah.
I think he's brilliant, and he's playing it so well. Like when they did that, him and Myers played that so well in the ring. It was brilliant. But anyway, so that's going to be an interesting one. I'm sure Joe's going to win. He's the best for me. He's the best digital media champion they've had to date. Really, he's taking the ball and he's really running with it. So good for you, Joe Hendry. Good for you, UK. Woohoo! We need more UK talent and Impact, if you ask me. Anyway, Taylor Wilde and Killer Kelly versus the Death Dolls, or should we call it the Wild Killers? I think Wild Killers is the one. I think that'd be a great name for their tag team, the Wild Killers. I think they're going to make a really good team. So I'm looking forward to this one. Obviously, I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe they're going to get the win, which will then lead to a title match at No Surrender, maybe.
Yeah, I can see something. Because I'm sick!
I can see it happening. Maybe someone else will come in and help or something. I don't know. But we then get first of the number one contender qualifying matches with Dirty Dango versus Brian Myers. I think that's going to be a cracker. I mean, I'm a big fan of Brian Myers. I think he's a fantastic wrestler and clearly knows his shizzle as a very good trainer as well. But I definitely think see Courtney's down with it. Killers Wild or Wild Killers. I'm down with Wild Killers. I tell you, that's what I'm down with. We've then got Shira versus PCO for the number one contender qualifier match as well. So we're gonna find out two of the the four that are going to be in that No Surrender number one contenders match. I think we're going to get PCO and Brian Myers.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah, the only other thing I could see would be Eddie Edwards to come out to try and get revenge on PCO, but PCO still come through regardless, and then PCO come out and screw Eddie Edwards over in his match. But either way, I think PCO is gonna go through, and it's just gonna really piss off Eddie Edwards even more. But I'm looking forward to how this all goes out, regardless. But it would be great to see Shira go through into like the big four-way at No Surrender. But it's it's an interesting thing because then if he does go for, then we get Eddie Edwards versus PCO. But I want to see that more at Rebellion rather than at No Surrender.
Well, you never know. You never know. And I'm totally down with. I don't know. I'm not sure about the Killer and Witch, but I'm not sure on that one. I'm down with Anna. I think it's got to be Wild Killers. I think Wild Killers is the one that sounds the best. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see because if they become a legit team, then they're going to have to come up with a team name. You can't just, these days you've got to proper go for it, haven't you? But and look, Bonkers is definitely there. Macklin's going to win. I'm sure Macklin's going to win that. Definitely, they're building Macklin big time at the moment. I agree with Barry as well. Hendry is the first wrestler to make the digital title not look a bit crap. He's perfect fit to make it a title people are interested in. I sort of kind of agree with that. I definitely do. I thought Brian Myers did a good job, especially with the matches that we had Gujar in. We had the ladder matches and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. That was pretty cool. But yeah, no, Joe Hendry, I think, is the man. He needs to hold it for at least another 6 months, in my opinion.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
But guys, that's just about all we've got time for this week. But don't forget to tune in to the TNI Impact review show tomorrow night, live on YouTube and Twitch, directly after Impact has aired on Access TV, Fight Network in Canada, Impact Plus, YouTube Insiders, and of course DAZN as well now, which is fantastic. To be fair, like there's no excuse to not watch this show. You can watch it pretty much all over the world. And it doesn't matter where you are, you should be able to watch it. Even if you're in the US and you don't get Access TV, well, you've got YouTube Insiders. So stop being a crybaby and go and pay your 99 cents for a month and get 4 or 5 fantastic Impact shows every week with no adverts, I might add. So, even better. But there you go. Please don't forget to head over to the TNI patrons for exclusive extra content when you sign up. And, of course, join our Discord, where we pretty much talk about Impact, everything, and other wrestling-related stuff, as well as movies and other sports, etc., get discussed in there. So head over to the Discord. If you miss Uncle Mark, that's where he hangs out. Go and check it out. All the TNI shows are available to all the Listen On The Go fans as audio only by SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favorite shows. I'm going to cough. God, jeez. Oh, I've forgotten how hard it is to get all this lot out. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter at JokerEmptySpace. You can look for hashtag empty space, hashtag into the void, or if you fancy the ticker your taste buds and your sense of humor, hashtag Daily Giggle on Facebook or on Twitter. But step in with an open mind and you just might keep your sanity.
No worries. Where can we find Steve?
You can find Steve at Simply Steve311 on Twitter.
That's it. That's where you can find him. And you can find me at Lord Bison 45 on the Twitter sphere. If you're interested in following the Bison, that's where I am. And of course, don't forget to follow at We Talk Impact on Twitter, on the Instanet, and of course on Facebook. You will find us there under that handle at We Talk Impact. And of course, please take the time to help us out by moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. 2, if you can. If you've got more than one account, sign out in the other account. Give us a thumbs up on that one as well. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, or even a smash to never miss any of the TNI UK and US teams' great Impact-related content each and every week. With all that said, I'm about to cough my guts up. I've been Bison, and he has been the Joker, and this has been episode 120 of Impacted. Take care, everyone.
TNI Drive. Take care, guys.
We're Bison!